Hello and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to replace the circuit board inside your MicroFogger. By now you've probably reached out to our support team and we've gone ahead and sent you a replacement circuit board. Yours may vary in appearance depending on which model you have. A little bottle of thread locker glue, which we will go ahead and use later, and a tank removal tool. The only other tool you'll need for this process is some needle nose pliers to make the process just a little bit easier. To get started, you'll have to first remove the top cover of your MicroFogger. If you haven't done so already, please consult our video, which is linked down below and should appear on your screen right now, about exactly how to do so. The process is very simple, so if you haven't done so already, just watch the few-minute video and come back here. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and remove the liquid tank of the MicroFogger, as well as the heating coil. And we are now able to remove the base of the fluid tank using the tank removal tool. If you have a Nimbus tank upgrade kit installed, you'll just use the little adapter that is included with your set rather than the base tool. If you've got a normal MicroFogger, I'll just show you how to do that right now. So just go ahead and grab the tank removal tool and place it with the serrated side onto the threads of the base of the fluid tank. Grip it and start rotating it anti-clockwise. It may be a little bit tight to initially unscrew as there is some thread locker holding it down, but once that is turned sufficiently, you'll be able to take it out pretty easily. So just go ahead and set this aside for the moment. Next up, we're going to want to remove the circuit board from the case. Take your needle nose pliers and gently place them in this area right over here as shown. It may take a few tries and just be very gentle. Try not to damage the circuit board in doing so. As you can see, the circuit board starts to slide out, and once you've pried it out enough, you will be able to simply take it out like this. On the other side, you will notice three sets of wires. The fan connector, the battery connector, and the connector that goes to the heating coil. We'll want to go ahead and unclip the fan connector. Take care not to actually pull on the wires, and try to grab the connector using the white part to prevent ripping the wires out of the connector itself. Similarly, go ahead and take the battery connector out. However, this time you will also want to press on this lever in order to unclip it. Try not to pull on the wires too much and try to grip it on the white connector as much as possible. Once these two are unclipped, simply set them aside. And it is also important to mention that the MicroFogger should remain off during this entire procedure to prevent any malfunctions. Since the third set of wires is actually soldered to the circuit board, we will be showing you how to replace the entire subassembly. That way you don't have to have any specialty tools such as a soldering iron at your disposal. For the next process, simply set your MicroFogger down upside down, and we will want to take the bulkhead out of the case. This bulkhead is press fit fairly tightly, so you will need to apply some pressure, and I will show you exactly how to do so right now. So, taking care that the wires are like this, just gently put it down on a surface and place the end of your needle nose pliers into the hole, into the threaded hole into which the fluid tank usually is inserted, so as shown. Place it into the threaded hole and simply push down. This may take some force, so just push down fairly hard and you should hear it snap out of place. Once you've heard that snap, you'll notice that the bulkhead is now unseated. From there on, it is simply a matter of wiggling it out. So gently just wiggle it out, trying not to damage the case, so patiently start wiggling it out. And as you get it out further, you will then start being able to use the inner hole in order to apply some leverage and make it more easier to remove the bulkhead. Once the bulkhead is removed, you'll notice that the faulty circuit board has fallen out, so you can go ahead and set that to the side. You won't be needing this anymore. Now take the replacement circuit board which we've sent you, and taking care to put the bulkhead in the correct way, we will now have to press fit it. So please take care to check that the angled side of the bulkhead is facing towards the fan as shown. If you put it in the incorrect way, it either won't fit or it may cause damage to the case. So as shown, please go ahead and put the bulkhead in and gently push it in using your fingers as far as it'll go, and then use the needle nose pliers or any other tool to push it in the remaining way. So here you will need to apply some pressure. Once you hear a snap, you should see that the thread is now concentric with the hole on the case of the MicroFogger. We'll now want to just repeat the same procedures of clipping the connectors back in, except in reverse. So take the battery connector and making sure that it is aligned in the same way as the way you put it in, just clip it back on, and you should hear an audible click when the lever is, when the snap lever is in place. Now take the fan connector and also clip it in, making sure that the little toothed side is matching up with the toothed key slot on the circuit board. Now we will want to go ahead and push the circuit board back into place. This is fairly easy, taking the front of the circuit board and pushing the heating coil wires back towards the battery. Simply insert it in. It will snap out of place if you don't hold it in or don't hold it in at the correct angle, so we do recommend just holding it in like this while you readjust the wires on the back part of the MicroFogger. Make sure that none of the wires are interfering with any of the holders of the circuit board, so just go ahead and push them towards the middle and push the circuit board back into place, as shown. You'll now be able to reinstall the top cover of the MicroFogger as shown in the video which you watched beforehand. Once you've done that, you'll just want to now reinstall the base of the fluid tank. This is fairly simple. Simply take the thread locker which we've provided you with. This is essentially just a type of glue that will prevent the thread, the base of the fluid tank from coming out when you don't want it to come out. So gently apply a drop or two. There's no need to apply excessive amounts onto the threads of the base of the fluid tank. Take care not to actually add any thread locker onto the white gasket, as this could damage it. So simply apply it only on the threads of the fluid tank base. Now, gently push it in, start turning it in, screwing it in using your fingers, and once it gets tight enough, go ahead and use the tank removal or installation tool in this case and tighten it sufficiently. There's no need to go too tight, just tight it off to the point where you aren't able to remove it using your hands. Go ahead and reinstall the heating coil and the fluid tank itself. And now you should have a working MicroFogger after you've replaced the circuit board. Hopefully this tutorial has been helpful for you. If you have any questions about the process, please do feel free to leave them down in the description below. That way we'll be able to address them, and any other customers who may have the same question will also be able to see it. Thank you for watching.